to your right over here. Congratulations. How much were you sweating when you were waiting to hear the news?
Man, I was back there about to have a heart attack. I wasn't sweating that bad when he was telling me, when Dana was talking, it was like, Bud, I was like, oh, my heart just sank to my stomach. I was like, oh, crap, I messed up. But it turned out it was pretty good. It feels good.
First of all, did you think after in the fight, just one little thing about the specific incident in the fight, you kicked him low and then the fight restarted? Did he do that on purpose, do you think? Did he kick you in the nuts?
I don't think so, but it was funny, though, because I was like, oh, dang, I guess that's payback. I don't think it was on purpose, though. It happens.
You see, Dana had referenced your athleticism, and I think I said something to somebody at Octagon side about how great you looked athletically, but you were going like 1,000,000 miles an hour. Like, do you feel like when you look back on it that if you had geared it down a little bit that you might have performed better and even, finished that fight earlier?
Absolutely. I'm still learning as I go, and every fight I take, I always learn something new and things that I can do better. So from experiencing that and hearing it from him, I know what I need to work on, just be a little bit more patient, and it'll come to me. And next time the opportunity presents itself, I'm going to take it.
How long have you done MMA? He questions your fight IQ and all that stuff. I mean, have you been doing this a long time, or is it something that, you just got serious about more recently?
Been doing this for 10 years.
10 years?
Mm-hmm.
So do you feel like when he questioned your fight IQ a little bit, was that something that that you?
I mean, IQ can always get better. It was just I haven't really, my entire career, I just really haven't been around anybody that was like actually taking the time out to help me until I moved up to Milwaukee and started training at Pure Vita. So I moved up there in December. So it hasn't even been a year yet, and I've definitely came a long way, and this is the first time that I actually made it to just got to sit on the bench and just actually hear my coaches talk to me. So that was the first time for that. So, yeah, I feel like I got a great team, and we're just going to get better from there. I got great teammates, so I feel good.
How frustrating was it then, that journey that you're going around for 7, 8, 9 years where you're strong, you're fast, you got a lot of the ingredients you put into the cake and would be a winner, and yet you're not, making the progress that you want to make? Was it frustrating that you couldn't find the right people, and is there any reason why you couldn't get somebody to say, hey, I need some help here because I got a lot of the, the raw ingredients?
Yes, it was frustrating, because it was times where I was just like, man, I'm wasting my time, but that's nothing but the devil talking. I gotta stay strong in those situations, and you gotta push through. It's not always gonna be good, and it's not always gonna be bad. I just really believe that my hard work was gonna pay off, and it did. And I'm learning new things every day. Go back, watch film, and see what I need to work on.
Two other questions for me. How difficult is it financially when you're on the regional scene and you're trying to be a UFC fighter? How tough is it to get through life doing that?
Man, I've been broke since I've been doing this, so it was like, honestly, I'm so used to it that not bothered by it. Like, I remember, like, coming up to Milwaukee, like, I was on the Contender Series last year. I got fired before the fight. I was getting ready to lose my apartment. I lost my car. I was down bad, man. I moved to Milwaukee. I dropped everything and just moved to Milwaukee. Now I can buy me a bed. I don't got to sleep on the floor no more.
So you've been sleeping on the floor all this time?
Sleeping on the floor.
Unbelievable.
Hey, back feel good sometimes.
That's what Henry Cejudo did. So you got good.
Yeah, I can buy me a mattress. It feels
Congratulations on that. I guess even more than on the contract. And finally, I guess a two-part question. Being 30 years old, you hear Dana say a lot of times, I'm not looking for 30-year-old contenders. So that had to be on your mind as you were wondering if you were going to get the deal or not. But does that also give you a little bit of desperation as you go into the UFC, knowing now, okay, you know, the window that I have is maybe different than, you know, Cody was just 20-something years old, right? In your case, you know, you're 30, so you have less time. Does that give you more desperation to perform?
I don't feel like it, dude. I just feel like age ain't nothing but a number. You know, you can do anything you set your mind to. You work hard, it'll pay off. You know, and you got to believe it. If you don't believe in it, you wasting your own time, you know. So you don't really depend on nobody else, but you got to depend on yourself. If you want it bad enough, then you got to do what you got to do to get where you want to be at in life, you know. So I just feel like it motivates me, like, oh, I got to be better. I got to do better, you know. So it just keeps me motivated, honestly.
I'm just curious if you could talk to us a little bit about your opponent. What did you think of him? Was he different than you had expected in there?
It was definitely different than I expected. I wasn't expecting it to go 3 rounds, but I'm kind of glad it did, just to see like how I do. And I was able to actually sit down and listen to my coaches for the first time in my corner. So that was just a great experience. Michael, he's a great dude, tough guy. Wasn't expecting that, you know. Put up a great fight, and just nothing but respect for him, you know. I wanted that arm bar, but it didn't happen. But you know, next time.
You mentioned that you could hear your coaches. I'm sure you could also probably hear his daughter screaming throughout the fight. What did that feel like from the other side? Because we were hearing it. I can't imagine what you were thinking.
Yeah, I remember in the middle of the fight, I heard her. She was like, "Go, Dad." I was like, hell no. Nah. So I was like, man, hell no, this is my fight. So it kind of motivated me. I was like, oh yeah, you got fans in the crowd, you got your kids cheering for you. It's all good. I had my coaches there, you know. So yeah, it was kind of cool.
When you thought about this moment, I'm sure you've been thinking about, like you said, you've been training 10 years. You probably have thought about getting signed to the UFC for at least half of that, if not more. Does this moment live up to that, what you dreamed of all those years?
Absolutely. I'm glad it happened the way it did, because I definitely don't feel like I was ready a few years ago. But now definitely feel like I'm ready, and you know, things to improve and work on, and that's with everything you decide to do in life. So I just feel like it was perfect timing. Everything happens for a reason.
And have you thought at all about where you'd like to fight for your first official UFC fight, or an opponent or a date or anything like that?
Don't have any opponent, you know. I definitely like to fight before the holidays, like Thanksgiving or Christmas. So if I can fight before that, that'd be pretty dope. But honestly, I'm just sit back and just be patient and just do what I gotta do till I get that call for a fight. So I just gotta do my homework.
Thank you.
Cortavious, congratulations on the win and the contract. Obviously, we've seen the scenarios already where guys have come on twice or maybe even 3 times at the Contender Series, and some of them have spoken about their mental approach being a bit different the second time, of maybe being the last opportunity to get this contract. So how was your mental approach this time around as you underwent this fight?
From being here last year and being here again, definitely took a lot of nerves away. I felt good. I felt like I belonged here. I feel like it was just perfect timing, you know. Like, I just can't really say no other thing than that, you know. It wasn't my time last year, you know. I was going through a lot, didn't really have the right team. It was crap, but I pushed through, and hey, you got to keep the train going. You can't give up. Don't ever give up.
For sure. And I know you didn't mention an opponent, but is running it back with Ramon Tavares on your list at least sometime down the line? I know you didn't really get to show what you wanted to show last year against him, but now that you guys are both in the roster, is that something you want to get back?
I'm going to fight whoever the UFC throws at me. Ramon, he's a pretty good dude. I got nothing but respect for him. He was actually, like, the only person that reached out to me after my last fight. Like, I didn't hear nothing from anyone, like my old team or whatever. If that was a team, man, I ain't hear nothing. He was the only one that reached out and checked up on me, and I will always have respect for him. So he's a good dude.
So is that a guy that, I mean, you would prefer not to fight if that happened, or?
I mean, the boss man said we gotta fight, you know. So I gotta do my job.
Sure. What would you do different? I know, like I said, or you didn't really get to showcase what you wanted to showcase. What would you do different in a fight with him? Because I know it was only a couple seconds.
Just fight smarter. Use all my abilities. Just take my time, have fun, be patient.
For sure. And obviously, last one for me. The contract now here during in August time. What is your goal to have accomplished by the end of this year?
Trying to catch some bodies. Yeah, I'm trying to catch some bodies and work my way up, It's just getting started now. Competition ain't gonna get no easier, so I just gotta go back home and back to the lab.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I just got one yesterday at the weigh-ins, at the face-offs. You guys got face-to-face. I mean, one, did you expect that? What was your thoughts in that moment? And on the flip side, is that the kind of thing that we can expect, that you'll never back down and somebody sticks their head in your face like that?
I ain't never backing down. I was not expecting that. We did the face-off. I was like, man, take your glasses off and look me in my eyes like a man, And he snatched them off. I'm like, ooh, yeah, let's go. He did the head, but I ain't gonna lie. I wanted to strangle him, but I was like, nah, I gotta keep it professional. So, no, I don't back down for anything.
Does that the kind of thing fire you up for the fight, or is it done after the moment? Because I know a lot of times the emotions can kind of play into the fight, but does that amp you up for the fight, or you forget it as soon as after it's done and it doesn't even factor into the fight?
Yeah, it don't really bother me. I'll be already amped up, and I get a fight. I'll be like, oh, shit, it's time to go. So I was really expecting that, but I just felt like he had a chip on his shoulder, so I was like, well, shit, I can do the same thing.
I know you said the bed's going to be the first purchase. What's the second purchase?
Man, cheesecake.
Cheesecake?
I want some cheesecake.
Congrats on the victory.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Oh, exactly.
Congrats on the win. Amazing performance. Obviously, we know that it was the right choice, and it's not only just a victory because you are here now getting this contract, got to talk to Dana and everything, but on a personal level, like taking that leap of faith, were you able to reflect that all on it, or are you going to just kind of like be in a different place tomorrow morning like, wow, I really moved to Milwaukee, and it changed my life?
It was hard, because, like, coming off a loss, I lost on TV, and, man, I got cooked. Like, whoa, you should have seen the comments and messages I received. But it was funny. I appreciate everybody that did say the stuff that they said. I'm glad you watched the fight, But, yeah, moving up to Milwaukee, it was hard because I was down bad. I lost everything. I'm like, man, I didn't know what else to do. I was a little hesitant. They'll call me, oh, when you coming up? Oh, I'll come up Tuesday, but don't come. But I finally just, all right, swallowed my pride and like, I gotta take this leap, and I don't regret anything. It was the greatest thing I could have ever done.
That's awesome, man. Who got the first call now that you got this contract, or have you sat down with your phone yet? And I'm sure it's blowing up, or maybe it's not as many people as you think that like are keeping eyes on you. That got your back. Like you mentioned that the fighter reached out and it was nobody that could have, but now do you see a different kind of love or reaction or support, people coming out for you now that you're here?
I don't really want nobody new. I like my circle. It's not even a circle, it's like a diet. I like the people that's in my corner, and, doors open, but, I mean, I'm kind of cool where I'm at. I'm kind of cool with the people around me. But I appreciate the love and support, but I'm in a good place, and I'm not going to let nothing disrupt that.
Gotta love it. Congrats on the win, my man, and the
Thank you.
contract.